Hi, welcome to Yoga with Angie. I'm going to go through a Warrior series today. So as we go through Warrior series, I'm going to talk us through Warriors 1, 2, Reverse Warrior, and Warrior 3. These can be broken up into different sections. I just feel like that it's easier to watch the video and you'll be able to see what each one of the warriors looks like. So as we start Warrior, we will start in our mountain pose at the top part of our mat. Inhale as we sweep our arms up over our head. Exhale as we swan, dive forward, hinging at the hips, stepping one foot back. In this case, I'm going to step the left foot back and drop the heel down at a 90-degree angle. We want to check our heel-to-heel alignment. Make sure that the heels are on the same plane. The front knee bends so it stacks right on top of the ankle. When our joints are stacked, our bodies have more support and we're safer that way. Now we can walk ourselves up the front leg if we're just starting out, or we can sweep ourselves all the way up. Now we do have a couple of different variations for Warrior 1. We can keep our hands at our heart centers. This gives our body support. We can bring our hands to our hips. We can sweep our arms all the way up over our head as long as we're relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Or if we're looking for an even more active Warrior 1, we can exhale, open our arms to goalpost arms. So it swipes our fish face in. Our shoulders become parallel with our elbows. Elbows and shoulders stay together, but we're staying strong and active. Our hearts stay open in this pose. Breathing. Now we strive to pull that front hip back and that back hip forward, striving to square hips to the front and striving to square shoulders to the front. It's always a work in progress, so we find wherever our foundation lies. As we're in our warrior pose, we can use our sinking breath. So as we inhale, we can lift up. If we're feeling a lot of tension, pressure on the legs and hips, we can lift up. We exhale, we sink. Perhaps we find we're sinking a little deeper into our pose. Make sure that we're keeping weight evenly distributed between our front foot and our back foot. So I always like to say there's as much weight on our back pinky toe as is on our front big toe, just so that we keep that equal weight distribution. Now to come into Warrior 2 from here, we'll inhale, lift up. Exhale, open to the side, extend our arms straight out from our shoulders. We want to keep our hands level with our shoulders, turning our knees down towards the front hands. As we enter Warrior 2, some things we need to check for is we want to square our hips now to the side of the room. So the hips are squared. We want to make sure that if we drew a straight line from our hips down to the ground, it would be even distance between our feet, and our shoulders stay stacked right on top of our hips. We also want to check that front knee. Sometimes our knees like to fall in, so we can take a look down. If we see our pinky toes, our knees have usually fallen in. We want to open that knee, keep it tracking towards the pinky toe. So when we take a look down, we can see our big toe. Turn our knees down towards the skin, and again, we have that option of using our sinking breath if we like. We inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink down. Find our rhythm with our Warrior 2. From here, I'm going to transition us into Reverse Warrior. So as we inhale, turn the front palm to face the sky. Reach as far forward with the front hand as we can. And as we exhale, float that front arm up, the back arm lightly rests. No weight, just a resting balance here. As we do this, we use our expanding breath. We are breathing into that side of the ribcage. We feel it open. Our gaze is up towards the sky. We are breathing. When we're ready, we exhale, release all the way back down. We can transition back into Warrior 1. From here, come to Warrior 3. So for some of it, we can step forward with that back leg a little bit. This is going to give us more stability. We can bring our hands back to our heart or back to our hips. This is a standing balance as well as a warrior pose. So as we exhale, we want to shift the focus onto that front leg and begin to hinge forward at the hip. Shift our weight onto the front leg and begin to lift that back leg up behind us. We want to strive to bring that back foot parallel with the hip, flex through the foot so that we have a strong, solid stability here. We feel those muscles working. Making sure we don't completely straighten that front knee. We want to keep a micro bend in the front knee. Now we can reach our hands behind us. If we want more, we can slowly sweep our arms in front or even pull our hands together to swing that forefinger. Remembering to breathe, and as we exhale, we can release everything back to the front of our mat, back to our heart center. Making sure whatever warrior poses we do, we want to do the exact same thing working on the opposite side. And again, just find our rhythm, holding our poses for equal amounts of time on both sides so we find balance. Namaste.
Hi, this is Angie. Welcome to Zumba with me. Just a couple of tips for people that are just getting started. When we just start with Zumba, sometimes it's easier to focus on either the lower body movements, so just put your hands on your hips and do whatever the lower body is doing, or just keep the lower body still and just move whatever the upper body is doing. Until we get used to the songs, until we learn the steps, and eventually the upper and the lower body will start connecting with one another. Just to let you know, the more you practice, the easier it becomes, the more fun it becomes, and you get that opportunity to burn a lot of calories in a short amount of time. I hope to see you all in class soon. Have a great day. Thanks for visiting.